Hey there, welcome to the Delish Diet Daily Show. It's actually nighttime. So I'm actually just gonna change this thing here. Is it gonna let me hide it? Bring it back. We're not talking about weight. That is a symptom. It's excess weight, right? So let me just change that. Excess weight is a symptom, not a cause. Okay, now we'll show that. Aha, there it is. Awesome. So the reason I wanted to chat about this tonight is because this is something that people confuse. And this is one of the reasons why people actually struggle with their weight, and no matter what they do, restricting calories and exercising, going on diets, all these different things, and still find themselves unable to lose weight, or if they do, it doesn't stay off. And of course, there's all sorts of reasons for that that have to do with diets not being designed for long term, right? They're actually, the diets that are out there are designed to get you quick results, not to actually take you to your ideal weight and keep you there, right? That's one of the problems with it. But that's, let's say somebody who already is pretty healthy, say you're 23 years old and you don't have a long history of dieting. You haven't been overweight your whole life. Maybe you just go to college and, you put on 15, 20 pounds. And then, in the summer, you start exercising and you start eating healthier, maybe restrict your calories some, and it works, right? We've all experienced that. But then there's these other people I talk to. And I hear things like, yeah, I exercise like crazy. I actually joined this boot camp and started to go on this diet, and I actually gained weight. That's weird. How come when they restrict calories and they exercise more than ever, they gain weight, right? That would not be something that is uncommon. It's extremely common, and it's especially common in women. And it's basically due to the body resisting the stress that comes along with calorie restriction and also exercising too much. Now, this is an entirely different conversation, but sometimes you can exercise in a way that actually causes your body to increase inflammation and to put your body in a state of chronic stress, which will actually cause your body to hold on to fat. And you'll feel exhausted while you're exercising instead of feeling energized by it. And maybe you want to fall asleep after and don't want to do anything for a day. That's a sign that things are not going very well for you. And you need a different approach to letting go of the weight. So, and one of the reasons is because the weight that you're carrying is not the cause. Okay. So most people are thinking to themselves, I'm going to lose weight to get healthy. Okay. That is not a thing. Okay. The only way you can lose weight and get healthy is if you did something healthy that actually enabled you to lose weight. If you did something not healthy to lose weight, you're not going to be healthy. You're just going to be skinny. Okay. Let's face it. We all know people who are very skinny and they are not healthy. So being skinny doesn't equal healthy. But weight, excess weight that does not respond, especially does not respond to a healthy diet, right? Like it makes sense if you're eating a ton of sugar, you're on the standard North American diet, you're binge eating junk food, kind of makes sense why you are struggling with your weight. But what about those people who eat a whole foods diet? Or at least a relatively healthy diet. They exercise and they still can't lose weight. What's going on with those people? It's actually the reason why they're struggling is because they have an underlying health imbalance for which weight gain is a negative side effect. So in order to actually lose weight permanently, these people have to bring that health imbalance, whatever it is for each individual, back into balance and harmony. And then the body will have no reason to hold on to the weight anymore. So we actually want to do this differently. We don't lose weight to get healthy. We get healthy. Weight is a natural good side effect of that. Okay, we have to really think about this differently. So I'll tell you from my experience that I know this to be true. At the age of 36 years old, this happened to me. Yeah, I was eating a whole foods diet, lots of lentils and rice and quinoa and potatoes and yams and beans. Primarily vegetarian diet based on, combining these really healthy whole grain foods as the majority of my protein. And unfortunately, when you are in a state of chronic stress, or you have a hereditary predisposition to insulin resistance, those foods are a recipe for gaining weight. So I was eating all of those foods for years, and they were not making me overweight, okay? Because they are healthy whole foods. But when I got to this particular age 36, everything changed. I was in a very stressful situation, experiencing chronic stress in my life. And chronic stress will actually stimulate your fat storage hormone, insulin. Okay, so even though I'm eating all these healthy whole foods, because they have natural sugar in them, natural not meaning like, oh, I'm adding some maple syrup to my, lentils to make them sweet and sour. I mean, I don't have to add nothing to them. Those healthy whole grains and beans and legumes, etc., potatoes, yams, they all have sugar in them. Not sugar like add white sugar, add coconut sugar. I mean carbohydrate. Okay, this is just one of the macronutrients that make up food: protein, fats, carbohydrates. When a person has insulin resistance and they eat those foods, even though they're natural whole foods, they still, at the end of the digestion process, actually break down to sugar. So having this hereditary tendency, okay, my biological background is Métis. So if you're not white, you're likely to be more susceptible to this, okay? And actually, I think most people, even Caucasian people, because we've been exposed so much to so much sugar in the standard North American diet, we all now have a predisposition towards insulin resistance, which leads to diabetes. For most people, this just looks like hypoglycemia, and they just kind of accept it as a normal part of their life. That's what I did up to this point, okay? So in my 20s, I could definitely look back and say, oh, I had hypoglycemia, but I didn't think it was that big of a deal. It is a big deal, especially when you start adding age to the equation and stress to your life. Then you have this, it's a spectrum. You don't just go from one day having hypoglycemia to the next day having full-blown diabetes. There's a full spectrum in there, okay? And for a lot of people, they have hypoglycemia and other symptoms of insulin resistance. They just haven't been diagnosed as being diabetic. Now, weight gain is one of the major symptoms of being insulin resistant. Okay, so in my case, that was the underlying root cause of my almost overnight going from just a little bit overweight after having babies to suddenly being obese, okay, on a whole foods diet. This is extremely important information that people need to understand. You have to actually heal the insulin resistance, okay? Or maybe for you, it's something like a digestive issue. Maybe you have food sensitivities that are underlying your tendency to gain weight. Maybe you have endocrine deficiency and your thyroid is sluggish. There's a lot of different reasons why a person would have this excess weight as a symptom of an underlying chronic issue. So if you don't actually attend to that, then you're always going to struggle with your weight. So you have to go down deeper to the underlying imbalance that you are personally struggling with as a health challenge that you don't think maybe has anything to do with your weight, right? Now, the beauty of this is when you actually address the health issue that's making you susceptible to weight gain or keeping you in a place where that weight gain is stubborn and not able to lose it, is you actually heal yourself in the process of losing weight, right? So yeah, when you lose weight, at the end of that process, you're actually going to be healthy. That's the only time you get healthy from losing weight, is when you did something healthy to get yourself healthy that gave you that good side effect of weight loss. So for every single person, it's different. And you want to actually look at finding that underlying root cause, because actually you're creating a future in which you're preventing disease. It's not just about being skinny. Okay? Being skinny, it's nice, but honestly, it's not going to change your life. It's not going to change your chronic stress. However, when you heal at the level of root cause and you use your journey of weight loss as an opportunity to transform yourself from the inside out, the whole entire journey, each single day, you're walking toward a better life and a better future. So I want to invite you to message me here on Facebook if you feel like that this resonates with you. You have this, like, when I say that, you just get it, okay? And you want to know where to start with your weight to discover what the underlying cause is of your stubborn weight. Or, maybe you were like me, or, just eating healthy, and one day, like in 2 months, suddenly you're like obese. Okay, this is not totally uncommon. You want to find the underlying root cause, and we'll get on a conversation together on Zoom, and we'll chat it out and see what is likely the reason that you are struggling with your weight. And of course, if it feels like a good match to work together, then I'll invite you to do that. And we'll actually do something called a symptomatology test, which will basically pinpoint the areas where your body is out of balance. So we know exactly where to target specific diet and lifestyle strategies, as well as a vitamin mineral deficiency test to see if there's also some nutrients that might be missing in your diet, or maybe you're not absorbing properly, so that we can actually get you healthy. And then we can focus on the things that you need to do to let go of the weight, and it's all interconnected. Okay, so again, I invite you to message me here on Facebook if you want to take advantage of a chance to chat with me about that. And please share this with your friends. Okay, people need to understand this. This is important life-saving information. Okay, so you might be just wanting to lose weight, but you can literally heal your life and prevent a future of not just disease, but just discomfort, right? There's so many things that, we just struggle with. We have no idea can actually be healed by addressing the diet and lifestyle, and, preventing a future of having conditions like diabetes, and everything that falls under that metabolic condition, right? All of the inflammatory diseases, they have their connection to sugar and insulin resistance. And basically, when you don't address that, the future is one of being exhausted, overweight, and suffering with a lot of different health problems and taking a lot of different drugs. So, you could just lose weight, but you're not going to be guaranteed to be healthy. Or you can use your weight loss journey as a transformational process and actually heal yourself in the process. And I invite you to do that. So again, connect with me here at The Delish Diet, and I'd love to chat with you. Thanks. Bye.